Trent? Yeah. We used to have the other city manager on the cemetery board down there.
Jeremy was.
And we want to replace Trent Terry. That's what Lindsay was calling. He said that the board took care of that.
Okay. We have this advertiser like in and to push that up.
Yeah, he
So
said
Kim was on there from the city. She's no longer with the city.
right.
So to put Trent on there, we got Silly Tony 23rd.
No, not Tony,
Robert. And so I could just go on.
Yeah. Then just call him.
We can go on with the advertising.
Trent on there.
Yeah. Trent would be good.
Okay, we're ready to start our commission meeting. It is 11:01. We welcome everybody here. We have a large number in our chambers today, as well as a few online. Maybe I've got that reversed. Large number online, a few in the chambers. But we're glad to have everybody here. We have Commissioner Jamie Harvey, Commissioner Sylvia Stubbs, and myself, so we have all commissioners here. We begin our meeting with an invocation and the pledge to the flag. We offer anybody in the room an opportunity to offer, well, I guess we could do it online too, offer anybody to say the invocation. So if there's anybody that would like to volunteer for the invocation, let us know. Okay, thank you. Elaine, these are our economic development.
Dear Lord, we ask you to bless us as we are here today. We ask you to bless the leaders of our community and all of the residents in San Juan County, especially this December. We ask you to bless the leaders in Washington, that they're going to make all of the best decisions for everyone in our country, and we hope that all wars will be resolved soon. We ask that you look down upon us and provide us with a really good winter. We need the precipitation, especially here in San Juan County, and we thank you for all the blessings that you've bestowed upon us this year. We thank you for everything that we have, and we ask you to please bless our families as we celebrate the holiday season. Amen.
Thank you, Elaine. We'll stand and say the pledge now. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, commissioners, do you have any reason to declare a conflict of interest today? Okay. No conflict by any of the three commissioners. We'll turn the time over to Mac for public comment.
Okay, I'm not seeing any members of the public here, unless anybody here in the audience wants to make a public comment, or Aaron, if you're the only one that looks like online. If no one unmutes themselves, then commissioners, that is your public comment period for today.
Okay, thank you very much. Mac, will you go over the consent agenda? I think there's 7 items.
Yeah. So you've got the approval of the November 7th, 2023 commission meeting minutes, approval of the November 21st, 2023 commission meeting minutes, and approval of October 14th to November 30th check registers. You've got the approval of November small purchase of $6,244.28 for the Sheriff Department armored vests. Number 5, you got the approval of the maternal and child health fiscal year 2021 contract with the State of Utah Department of Health and Human Services and San Juan County Health Department Amendment number 8. Item 6 is approval of the letter of support for the City of Monticello Youth Bike Group Outdoor Recreation Grant. This is just supporting their efforts as they apply for that grant this year. And then we've got the approval of appointments of Sabrina Sanders and Carrie Dieter to the County Economic Development Board. This one here, Elaine had advertised that during the base camp this year for all the small businesses here that participated, so that they knew that opportunity. So we have that kind of public announcement through, and where we're really looking for small business owners in the county and those two would satisfy that. Commissioners,
Is Sabrina from Spanish Valley?
She's from Spanish Valley. She lives there, and she manages the Moab Business Park, which is right.
White Elephants.
And
She's the manager.
she's with Bill Winfield.
Yes.
Yeah, I met Sabrina.
Yep, and she's the manager for that whole complex.
Very good.
So, and she's been very helpful in helping us too, as we started with the whole business license process. She was really helpful in that area there. So, she's there. And then Carrie Dieter, we've never had a representative from LaSalle, and I really think it's important because we have some, small businesses and artisans, and just there's a lot going on. And I think to have that voice in an area such as LaSalle, I think will help. And she's an accountant, so
Right.
I think she can bring a lot to the set board.
Good. Yeah, I know both of these ladies, and both of you did a good job. So we have a motion to approve the 7 items on the consent agenda. Motion by Sylvia, second by Jamie. Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Aye also, that's 2 in favor, 0 opposed. Next is recognition, presentations, and informational items. Lyman, I think you're up first.
Is presenting the results for the Monticello and Block election through the canvas, and Britt Hornsby and Denver Davila were the two that won in Block, and Kurt Crowley, Nathan Chamberlain, and Ron Skinner for Monticello. I have sent reports to the city and county recorder, and they will ratify the action, canvass the action in their respective municipality meetings. There's just information for the
Okay.
commission.
Thank you. Next, Lyman, I think a public notice for general election candidates and information.
Okay. Should be in.
Item number 9 in your book.
For me, Matt. All right, this is candidate filing information for school board and county offices that will occur in 2024. The candidate filing period dates are January 2nd through January 8th, so that would be Tuesday through Tuesday. And San Juan School Board has 1 member that will be elected for First School District for a 4-year term. This is largely north of Devil's Canyon through Monticello and north to the Grand County line. San Juan County School Board will have another member for Second School Board District for a 2-year term. This is mostly Blanding area and then south of Devil's Canyon to Blanding. San Juan County School Board will have a 4th School Board District race for a 4-year term. This would be the area of Aneth and Montezuma north to almost Highway 191. So from the Arizona border up to almost 191 on the east portion of San Juan County, the southeast corner of our county. Then there will be a race for a San Juan County Commissioner First Commission District for a 4-year term. This would be Northeast Blanding through Monticello and north to the Grand County line. There will also be races for the San Juan County Treasurer for a 4-year term, San Juan County Recorder for a 4-year term, and San Juan County Surveyor for a 4-year term. The filing location will be in the clerk's office here in the administrative building, 117 South Main, and will be open daily from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Navajo language assistance will be provided at Aneth, Red Mesa, Tisnos Pas, Mexican Water, Ojeto, Denahozo, and Navajo Mountain chapter houses. Since I presented this document to get it into the commission packet, I have since communicated with the Ute tribe, and so they will be added to this document for the public to see and use. And theirs will be at the White Mesa Community Center. So we'll have language assistance for the Navajo language and the Ute language. And final piece of San Juan County is under federal law to provide language assistance to voters that have a difficult time understanding the English language, Section 203 of the Voting Rights. And if anyone needs more information, they can contact my office at the number listed there or go to sanjuancounty.org.
Okay.
Just information again.
Thank you again. Number 10 is presentation on notice of party affiliation for the 2024 preferred presidential election. Lyman also.
Yes. We will be sending out postcards with this information on it in the next few days. In 2024, this will largely apply to the Republican Party because they have chosen to hold their presidential preference in their caucus meetings. So beginning Tuesday, January 9th until June 26th, the Republican Party is a closed party. After June 26th, they can then affiliate with another party or others can affiliate with the Republican Party. The Democratic Party and other parties that are participating in this election are open. And so you can affiliate with those parties at any time. And the election will be held, I think, in the middle to late March. And so we'll be starting preparations for that. And also, these documents will be translated into Navajo and to Ute. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you for that. We'll go to our business and action portion of our commission meeting. Number 11 is consideration and approval for the 2023-2024 general election staff contracts. This is you again, Lyman.
It is. There's several people here. One is my son. He's strong and I'm not, and so I use him to help move some of our heavier equipment around. Also have a contract for Linda Lewis as a liaison to help with the election. And also we have,
You're waiting for me.
Oh, Cindy Badback from White Mesa, the Ute tribe, is helping us. And so those three. The others that the commission approved several months ago all have contracts that are already in place through November and December of 2024.
Very good. Do we have
one here? Just a point of correction on here on Lyman on. I didn't notice this until the last minute. I haven't had a chance to talk to you on it. On Carson's, we have it dated beginning October 1st, 2023.
Okay.
Is this going back from October or going forward from December like the other two?
Forward.
Okay, so we can change those dates before the signature?
Yes.
All right, I just wanted to make sure that we're covering him.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve these contracts as Lyman has explained to us?
I'll motion.
Motion by Jamie.
A second.
Second by Sylvia. Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye also. That's 3 in favor, 0 opposed. Number 12, consideration and approval of a contract with Davis Construction Solutions for the new scale house building at the landfill. Sam, you're up.
So, yeah, we're ready to roll on this project. This
Finally.
is, yes, yep. And the contractor is ready and willing and eager to get started on it. So there was a little bit of a change from the proposal that you accepted in your last commission meeting. As we got some more detail on what's going to need to happen to get utilities to the new building, it did add a little bit to that cost. It's about, I think it's about $10,000 more than what his initial bid was.
And this comes out of the landfill fund.
Yes.
Okay, and there's more than enough money to handle that, I think.
I'm not sure. That's
That's-
not a part of mine.
We'd allocated the funds out of the landfill account into capital
Yeah.
funds, and so we'll use a portion of the capital funds. It'll get tight with this project. We also anticipated running the power line, things like that. We still don't have a true cost on what it'll take to run the power there.
Okay.
But this also includes the septic and the geotech. And so we will more than likely have to make another transfer to the capital fund out of the landfill funds, but it does strictly come from that account.
And they're ready to go to work, you said.
Yes, he's actually already been on site
Okay.
doing some initial prep work.
Do you have a motion to approve this contract?
I'll motion.
Motion by Jamie.
One second.
Sylvia has a second. Further discussion?
I just want to make a comment. You know, when I was campaigning, one of the places I went was to visit landfill, and I got to see where those guys worked. And I thought they're surrounded by power lines, and they had no power. They rely on solar.
Mm-hmm.
In the little place, not kidding, this arm between people's head, I was trying to reach out in the little trailer, and I can think I don't know how the wind didn't blow that little area a long time ago because they look very sturdy to me. And I kind of felt really bad for them being in that kind of situation, but I am so excited for this. I think it's gonna be a good thing for us, and where's that? This is one organization, one part of the county that we actually generate funds, and I think it's well deserving for them. And I was helping with a marathon nearby, and I started thinking about it. It was cold. They're trying to warm up and thinking, and called Mac. I said, "Do we have anybody? Has anybody applied for that?" And when he said yes, I got so excited because it's nice to see growth. It's nice to see something
Mm-hmm.
happening, and I saw what they do is dirty work, basically. You know,
Yeah.
for them to have a good place where they can come and be comfortable. And so I'm very excited and happy for them that we can have a way to build this.
Okay. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye also. That's 3 in favor, 0 opposed.
Thank you.
So you can get her done.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Do we have a due date?
We don't have an expected date, a firm date. It's probably going to be 3 or 4 months.
We need a cutting ribbon ceremony.
Yeah, we'll nail that final schedule down.
Okay, item 13, consideration and approval of Pat Creek Fire Hazard Mitigation Program. This is amendment number 2. Mac, do you want to?
Yeah, so this is just a change as the company on the geotech is a specific line item in the overall budget. Overall budget is $96,163.75. With this increase, it'll bump it up to $100,463.75 as the geotechnical company that we contract with to figure out the soil conditions underground. As they took their initial drill rig out there, they quickly found that there's larger boulders that they couldn't drill through, so it required a larger truck, which they were worried about popping the tires because of all of the stickers out there and kind of that sedimentary rock. Initially, they come in with a $9,000 change order. I told them they do this work in our county, throughout our county. They should have known about the conditions. This isn't just a rare site that they've stumbled on. They've done work in Spanish Valley as well, and so we were able to kind of negotiate this down for to that $4,300, and so hopefully that will kind of help just that negotiation on things. But we do need this geotechnical work to figure out how to size those debris basins that will be installed in there. This is also all grant funded, with a portion of it that requires the county participation in there. We thought about having the road department go out and dig the pits themselves, but there's so much sedimentary rock, it'd be like digging in gravel, and you can't get the hole wide enough on the depth. And so we figured it was still better to have them come in and do a drill instead of just the road department going out and excavating a large mass hole that then we would have to compact and fill back in. And so figured that this is, even though it was a changeover, it's still kind of the cheapest, more affordable route to go. So that's, you just see this change order number 2 to that cost.
Do we have a motion to approve the Pat Creek Fire Mitigation Program contract amendment?
A motion.
Motion by Jamie and a second by Sylvia.
Second.
Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye also, that's 3 in favor, 0 opposed. Number 14, consider and approve of a notice of award and intent to negotiate a contract with Acme Iron and Metal Company for landfill scrap metal sales.
Okay, they've been our contracted vendor throughout this last year, but it was a time specific contract, so we issued another request for proposal for vendors to propose on that. They've come back. They were the only sole company, similar to last year's prices. They kind of stuck it at the same, or $80 a net ton, and then 90% of the fast market index for copper and aluminum. They've been really good about coming on site. When they come to the landfill, they'll weigh their trucks and then fill up and then weigh out going. Way out as they leave the site, so we kind of gauge what is there, and then they turn in the receipts once they go to the scrapyard, so that we know what ended up, making sure that nobody's taking out along the way. And so they've been a really good company to work with, and where they're not necessarily local, but they're within this region. Some of the other potential candidates that looked at this were from up north. By the time they include travel time and everything to get to this region, it just makes it a little bit more expensive for them, which would lower the amount that we would get back on the fees. And so super appreciative of this company coming back to us and that willingness to continue with this program that kind of helps us with that scrap steel.
Very good. We have a motion to
Make a
approve.
motion to approve it.
Sylvia makes a motion to approve this contract.
I'll second.
Second by Jamie. Further discussion?
Do you have any comments? Look like you want to say something.
I agree with what Matt said. They've been very good to work with. They've taken good care of. They come and actually bail the metal with the big metal bales there on site. So they've been really good to work with.
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye also, that's 3 in favor, 0 opposed. Number 15, consideration and approval of a notice of award intent to negotiate contract with Advanced Energy Emergency Medical Technicians for Environmental Services Science Contractor. Okay.
Okay, this one here, so if you remember, we had Southeastern Public Health assisting us with their environmental health services and sewer inspections, things like that. But because of their availability of staff, they couldn't help us forever. And so we had that kind of a temporary short contract with them. This is kind of another stopgap measure as we look for other vendors who can also assist the county in environmental science, restaurant inspections, sewer inspections, sewer design review, kind of all aspects that environmental health scientist performs on those duties. We put that in the scope of work, asking other companies to submit on it. We've used Jones and DeMille also in the past for some of these services. And so to formulate it under that temporary contract, we issued the RFP. These were the only response to that RFP, this company here, and so we selected them and put them forward to you today. We'll use them primarily on a temporary basis. Obviously, we have the employee that's out on FML. This is kind of a stopgap measure that we can go to as an additional resource to task with specific projects that we have here in the county. We will still work on that longer term solution with the employee as time moves forward. But this is to help us out, puts us under a formal contract that we can then task out. The individual, they're from over in Richfield, so the high cost part of that is not only to perform those duties, but also travel. And so kind of his thoughts behind it is he would stack up inspections so that when he comes here, he can spend a full day of running throughout the county doing the inspections. But this is something that we severely need. We've been, as far as business and the ability to get out and inspect, we've been running behind. We get a lot of calls weekly, almost daily for these services, yet we don't have anybody to perform them. So this kind of helps perform that or get that role so we can then push it out. The costs are kind of a little bit higher than we anticipated. Where they're the only company that's proposed, we're kind of stuck with those costs. But I know Grant has also reached out to other public health services throughout the county as they meet. Some others have also expressed a willingness to help us during this time, to kind of help fill that gap before we can, as that employee continues to be out on leave, this will help. But we'll work to a permanent resolution here fairly quickly.
Do we know when the employee will be available to come back?
No, not as of this time, no.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Jamie,
A second.
second by Sylvia. Any further discussion?
Well, I just like the idea of having appointments ahead of time, so when people come, they can be busy, and I think it will save us money and also save travel time for the person that comes. And so I think if we can get organized and say, okay, we're going to do this and have a schedule time.
Yeah, that'll help. But the hard part is the public that are suffering right now because
They have to wait.
if they need the inspections to take place, and typically last minute, we've got to get in there to inspect where they can renew licenses, things like that. It kind of puts the public behind a little, but there's really not a lot of options for us we've explored every possible scenario and option, and this is probably the most viable, will help us fill this gap.
Any other comments? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Aye also. That's 3 in favor, 0 opposed. Okay. Under our business action item, we're going to close the meeting and go into closed session to discuss pending and imminent litigation. So do we have a motion to close the meeting?
Thank you for coming.
Motion.
Motion by Jamie,
A second.
second by Sylvia. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye also. That's 3 in favor, 0 opposed. We're now in closed session.